Out of the frying pan, the saying goes, and into the fire. Palestinians released from Israeli prisons arrive at Al-Aqsa Hospital in Deir al-Balah in Gaza. 2 women and 6 men brought here by the Palestinian Red Crescent told of their ordeals on Thursday, repeatedly using the word torture.
We're Gazans. Our circumstances were difficult. If we made the slightest move, the guards would put us in solitary confinement. We're old women. We can't handle torture. We kept quiet so they wouldn't torture us. They tortured us when we were being released, restraining our hands and feet.
Some of those released appeared unable to walk. Their accounts of abuse at the hands of their captors aligned with earlier reports from detainees released at the beginning of July. They may finally have escaped Israeli detention, but like everyone else in Gaza, they now have to confront Israel's growing military assault. In Khan Yunis, relatives mourned family members killed overnight on Thursday. Israeli forces have advanced deeper into towns on the eastern side of the city in recent days. The bombardment of Rafah has also intensified. The Israeli military said on Thursday during the advance it had recovered the bodies of 5 Israeli hostages, including 3 soldiers. That news came as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told US lawmakers he was actively trying to bring the remaining hostages home. Outside Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, Palestinians said they'd heard Netanyahu's speech in Washington, D.C., which Hamas had earlier described as pure lies.
The people killed in the Gaza Strip, 90% of them are civilians. That's the opposite of what Netanyahu said in Congress. Let the international organizations come to the hospitals and see who's dying. It's children, the elderly and women. The United Nations has documented this.
Reports suggest diplomatic efforts to conclude a ceasefire deal are currently on hold. Israel is expected to send a delegation for more talks next week. With no mention of an imminent end to the fighting in Netanyahu's speech, Palestinians will continue to brace for more violence and more death. Joel Flynn, TRT World.